I said I wanted to do something different. So I'm going to do a story quest today. Because I feel like it. Because I'm already sick and tired of dealing with Sumeru. I bet Patrick's like, oh, just do the Sumeru. Just do the Sumeru Archon quest. I'm like, no. That was so messed up. Alright, how many of these do I have? Oh crap, I gotta do Act 4 just to even get that far. Nilu, Nahida, and then it goes to Dea, and then for some other reason by Shu. So there's a lot of Sumeru story quests. Alright, screw it. I'm gonna do Kamisato Ayato. But that's not the Kamisato Ayato I remember. Or maybe it is. I can barely remember. I don't know, wasn't it a female character that name, or is this a male character? I don't know. Who cares? It's just remembering things differently. I could be completely mistaken. Screw it. I'm doing an Inazuma story quest. He's Ayaka's brother. Okay. Alright, fine. I'll just go with it. New shoots from old branches. As you and Paimon pass by Ogura textiles and kimonos, you bump into two rather familiar people. Okay. And now I'm gonna do this. And as a traveler and Paimon are walking around.
Those two look familiar.
Except for Paimon, she never walks around. Or does she?
Ah, it's Ippei and Shinojo!
I barely remember... Oh, wait. Do I remember? Maybe the name Ippei, but... remind me who they are again?
What? You forgot already?
Yes! I forget names! I remember... I hear so many names. Every time I hear a new name, I forget an older name. I hear more new names than I can try to remember old names.
That one is Shinojo. Back when we first arrived in Inazuma, we escorted Hiragi Chisato out of Rito with him. Remember? That's how we got out.
Good. You remember. So it was the one who helped us to escort someone out of Rito.
Next to him is Ippei, Kujo Kamaji's servant. That day when we hung out with A, he came and told us that Kujo Kamaji had gone missing. He was really worried.
The master? Okay, good. Thank you for reminding me, because my memory is shit!
All part of Paimon's job. Anyway, let's go say hi.
Okay. Wow, they actually have a thing where it's like, you don't remember? No. Okay, that's this person. You remember now? Yes. Okay, good. Move on. Wow.
Hi, Ippei. Hi, Shinojo. What are you guys doing here?
Oh, it's you. Thanks so much for your help last time.
Yes.
I was just ordering some clothes when I ran into him.
Thank you for your help. And the thing I don't want to talk about with him, but he probably has the same feelings about help with you as well. We both did illegal things, didn't we?
You know these two as well?
Yes, they helped me and Master Kamaji out a great deal last time. I never had the chance to say thank you properly.
We both did illegal things, didn't we?
What about you? How do you know them?
Also a chance encounter. Our lady had them join us as additional guards for a goods escort in order to sneak out of Rito undetected.
Wow, he actually admits it.
So we all know each other, huh? What a coincidence.
Sneak out goods undetected. I'm just gonna admit something illegal without any consequences.
Not exactly. We've only just met. We both came here to order some clothes and got to chatting. Somehow we ended up on the topic of Master Kamaji and Lady Hiragi's relationship. Wait, it's okay to talk about that, right?
Wait, it's okay to talk? You just talked about illegal things, and then you talked about another subject, and you're like, wait, it's okay to talk about that? Wait, is that illegal?
It's probably fine. They've known about it for a long time already.
Right, it's fine. It's legal when people know about it. I don't know if you're making a statute of limitations argument, but nah.
Oh, yeah! Paimon remembers those two had a thing. That's old news, though. So why has it come up now? Are they taking the next step or something?
What? Oh, marriage. I think the word for marriage in Japanese is kikkonsuru.
We have reason to suspect that they'll be getting married.
Why? Why do you suspect it?
Wow, that's great!
Of course, this is just personal speculation. They haven't announced anything, and we wouldn't dare to ask.
So how do you find out? You want us to ask.
I was instructed to place an order for some formal wear for a big banquet. Turns out that Ippei received the exact same instructions as I did.
It turns out the person who also did illegal things is in on this. I should look into this.
They're both preparing for a banquet at the same time. They're both purchasing the kind of fine wine and confectionery normally reserved for big festivals. It's hard not to put two and two together.
What if there's another explanation for that? Like they're going to somebody else's wedding and they're preparing for somebody else's wedding and they're not related to it as well. Have you thought of that? Or is that the only 2 and 2 you can ever think of?
Lady Hiragi has been in high spirits recently, and I heard she's on a diet as well. Surely it's all for the wedding.
Oh, God, the frickin' diet thing. Because in the female world, especially in Japan, everybody's constantly worried about gaining weight.
This is wonderful news!
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
Oh, don't mind me. She's about to be happily married to the love of her life. I genuinely couldn't be happier for her.
You wanted to be married to her.
Right? I think so too. It's fantastic.
Are you having the same thing as me? You're having the same thoughts as me.
Yes, but we shouldn't let ourselves get overexcited. What if it's all a big misunderstanding? As things stand, we have no actual proof of a wedding.
Yes, you're actually right, but why still be overly excited or suspicious of it? You literally used the word suspect somewhere before. Can't remember, but the point is, why would you suspect it being a wedding, or why would you even be worried in the first place?
Now, if they sent me out to deliver wedding invitations, that would be a different story.
Shinotra doesn't look like he's taking this very well at all.
What? Because he wants to get married to the person who's getting married?
Sorry, I just haven't slept well recently.
Yeah, well, sleep!
I'm ashamed to be so out of sorts at work. I'm not living up to my responsibilities, either to the Kanjo Commission or to my lady.
Lady?
Are you worried about their wedding?
Not exactly, it's just everything feels kind of up in the air until they make it official.
It's like, stop keeping us in suspense and tell us already!
I get what you mean, I really do. We need this wedding to be set in stone before the celebrations can really begin.
Actually, you don't get what he means.
What should we do? Should we just straight up ask them?
I don't know. That seems a bit rude.
Yeah, well, when you're that curious, you really wonder. This is a wedding between 2 commissions. Yeah, sure, commission oversees wedding ceremony. They'll know something.
Right! If Ayaka knows about it, that means it's a sure thing!
I don't think it's a good idea to bother the Yashiro Commission about...
It's fine. She and Ayaka are practically best buds. There's nothing to worry about.
Okay.
I see. Then thank you. Thank you very much.
Let's
Okay.
go to the Kamisato.
Fine. Go! The Fermiana Leaf Falls. I don't know what the Fermiana Leaf is. Yeah.
This place impresses me every time I come here. It's so magnificent, but still so elegant.
Also, you teleporting with me and saying these exact words is also very impressive. And not so significant.
We'll just wait here. We don't want to cause any extra trouble for you.
Yeah, I mean, you just want to go right up to the front door or the front gate and not just wait for us to come back out.
Ayaka wouldn't mind.
Honestly, even if we did come with you, we wouldn't know what to say or do once we were inside. So we'll just leave you to it.
Right, you're curious enough to go up to the front gate, but you can't quite bring yourself to find the words to say it.
Alright then, we won't be long.
Okay. And so we went. I'm glad to be getting backtracked on Inazuma.
Without looking at the board, you've ruined my strategy in one move. Amazing.
How?
Now what should I do next?
Ayaka, Toma, it's us!
Hey guys, it's been a while.
Uh-huh.
If you're looking for my lady, I'm afraid she's not here right now.
Oh? That voice. Toma, would that happen to be the traveler?
How'd you know?
Yes.
Greetings, traveler. Ayaka speaks of you constantly. Finally, today is the day. I am head of the Kamisato clan, and Yashiro commissioner. Kamisato Ayato.
Okay.
Greetings, both. I have long been indebted to you on my sister's behalf. Finally, I have the chance to express my profoundest gratitude to you in person.
Okay, another polite character. He's lame. Because he's polite.
Ayaka is out today. If you are here regarding anything related to the Kamisato clan, you are quite welcome to discuss it with me instead.
Why is she out? And why haven't I seen you before?
Oh, hi. Your flattering words flatter us. Please excuse the suddenness
Can't
of our
talk.
visit, for it is most improper etiquette.
You're trying to be polite in front of an extra polite person, but it's not working.
Why on earth are you talking like that?
Because when you've lived casually your whole entire life and you're up to a polite person, you kind of feel that unease. And you're like, oh, damn it, I have to overcompensate to be that extra polite.
Well, he seems like a pretty powerful person. He's already working his way up Paimon's list of people to never mess with.
Yeah, well, not everybody who's polite should be on that list, but also I really do wonder why... I don't know.
Look! As soon as he stands up, the whole atmosphere in the room changes, and it feels like you gotta be super polite.
Yes.
You shower me with praise undeserved, my little guest. There is no need to be quite so formal. This is a private residence, so please, relax.
Good!
Oh, good. Because that whole spiel was really tiring just now. Alright, now that
No.
we heard a rumor that Kujo Kamaji and Hiragi Chisato are gonna get married soon. Do you know anything about...
Oh? I wouldn't have thought you'd heard about that yet.
Yeah. And why is that being kept under wraps?
I see. Well, it's true. It wasn't long ago that I received the news myself.
Uh-huh, so you're not even in the know?
The head clans of 2 commissions are to become joined through marriage. This is big news for the whole of Inazuma.
Uh-huh.
Since the Yashiro Commission presides over cultural and ceremonial affairs, it closely involves us, too.
Yes. And since the commissions are kind of the face of the almighty shogun to the masses, this wedding is one that we have to treat as a serious affair.
Because I think in a previous story quest, I can't remember which one, maybe the, I don't know. There was a conspiracy or something. Maybe in the Rain Shogun one, where the Yashiro Commission, Tenryu Commission are kind of at odds with each other, because one's spying for the other. Who knows?
Right! Makes sense.
So I'm guessing this wedding is like to sort of solve all the leftover problems as a result of that conspiracy.
Ah, 2 true lovers becoming husband and wife. What a happy occasion.
Now, if you've... I have a lot to say about that. The idea of marriage itself. Maybe it's okay in Japan, but in America, over 55% of people get divorced. So, the biggest cause of divorce is marriage.
It is. High-profile matrimonial links between 2 commissions are extremely rare. But these 2 truly love each other. Tradition should give way to freedom in this case.
Oh, God. I don't know. Is it an arranged marriage, or do they actually want to be together?
Alright then. I'll be sure to pay them a visit to send the best wishes of the Kamisato clan.
Also, now that I think about the idea of tradition should give way to freedom in this case, I don't know, tradition and freedom kind of don't work together, so you gotta kind of get rid of one to get the other.
No need. I'll visit them personally this time.
I will go see them and confirm everything I've said.
Huh? But you have other things to be doing.
This is a marriage between the Kujo clan and the Hiragi clan. The Kamisato clan must demonstrate an appropriate level of respect.
Kujo clan and Hiragi, not the commission? Alright, the commission, Yashiro Commission.
The work of the Yashiro Commission is indeed multifarious. Normally, weddings and other ceremonies would come under the supervision of my sister.
But you kind of have to step in because she's out for a bit.
But she is presently occupied with other matters, and I happen to have a little time to spare. Oh, and would you two care to join me?
Really? For some other reason, the Traveler is gonna join whoever's being asked, no matter what. We are just two random people that showed up out of nowhere, like, would you please join us?
I presume you two have a special connection with the individuals in question, or you would not be quite so interested in this matter.
We're special.
This being the case, why not come and offer your best wishes too? Or is my presumption incorrect?
Don't know what your presumption is, but we'll see what happens.
Oh, it's not as interesting as you make it sound. No special connections here. Super ordinary ones, actually.
Yes.
We just agreed to help deliver a letter this one time, that's all. Although, wait. Does that mean we helped make this wedding happen?
Oh. Okay, now that Paimon mentions it, I really don't underestimate how your contribution here. Do we help make it happen? Maybe.
Alright then.
We're somehow the Traveler and Paimon are related to everything.
I cannot thank you enough. Your mere presence shall surely mean we are spared the futile pursuit known as small talk.
Good! I don't have to resolve small talk, says the person who's overly polite.
Wait, you're the Yashiro commissioner, but you can't do small talk?
He hates small talk. It's stupid to him.
Small talk is a chore. Of course, there are some people in the world who quite enjoy doing chores, but I am not one of them.
That I feel like there could be something there. It's like, I get other people to do my chores, so I don't have to worry about it.
Toma, I'm heading out with my two guests now.
Not a problem.
Okay. And so we went. There you are. Who wants to talk? Also,
you're finally...
Yes, we are. You were saying? Also, the idea of small talk, I feel like Kamisato Ayato is an introvert.
Yashiro Commissioner.
Who are these two?
Random people. Like we are. But you're more surprised at them than to us.
They're friends of ours. Paimon will do the introduction.
You introduce your companions, so I get to an updated page. You don't draw the situation. There is a marriage!
So it's true.
Yes, it is. Everybody's stupid.
Well, there we have it. That's it then. So be it.
I don't get to marry the person I want to.
Great, so our hunch was spot on.
Oh god, the contrast and emotion between the two.
It is a little inappropriate for me to have shared news of this magnitude with you. So I would be much obliged if you could keep it in strict confidence until an official public announcement is made.
In other words, shut up!
But don't worry, sir. We give you our word. We won't tell anyone about it.
Okay.
That puts my mind at ease. Now, on the topic. We'd like to pay a visit to the Kujo clan. Would you mind leading the way for us? Of course not. I'd be honored.
I guess this is where I... Goodbye then.
Aw, cheer up, Shanojo.
He really wanted to marry the Chisato.
I'll try. Thank you.
Oh, is he gonna wedding crash? He's gonna wedding crash. Yo, Kujo Kamaji. Didn't you fight the Riding Shogun and lost?
All right, then. Please excuse me. I'll leave you to it from here.
Okay. Thanks, Ippei.
He was. Yeah, he is. He's the guy who tried to fight the... He was the one who challenged the Riding Shogun, lost, and somehow recovered with very little bruises shortly afterwards. At least this character I remember.
I apologize that your impromptu visit comes at a busy time for us, Commissioner. Otherwise, you can be sure that we would have prepared a more extravagant reception.
I don't mean to impose, Sir Kujo. In fact, I'm not here on official... I heard the good news about yourself and Lady Hiragi. What a glorious marital alliance this shall be. Given the close ties between our clans, it seemed only right that I should come and offer the Kamisato clan's congratulations in person.
I'm truly honored.
The dude
I
fought the
hope
Shogun
news
and
didn't
got
come as
bodied.
too much of a surprise.
And got carried out in a body bag, but still lived to tell the tale. Or didn't tell anything, because he's like, damn it, just forget everything that has happened.
Hey there! We came to congratulate congratulate you as well.
Yes, for surviving a challenge with the Raiden Shogun so you can somehow save your own skin as a result of a conspiracy theory that was levied against you from another clan or commission.
Since the incident with the Takatsukasa clan, things in the Tenryou Commission have slowly started to stabilize.
Yes, when you get your ass kicked and you put things off, somehow things work.
I'm still acclimating to the position of acting head of the clan. I just hope I'm up to the task, so I can live up to everyone's expectations.
I just hope I don't get my ass kicked again because someone else tried to accuse me in front of the Raiden Shogun just so I can challenge the Raiden Shogun again.
You're far too modest. The public thinks very highly of you. They say you're hardworking, upright, and responsible.
Dang.
I'm flattered, but I wouldn't have achieved anything without the support of my people. Thanks to them, everything is gradually stabilizing. And I finally had the chance to focus a little on my personal life.
Good! Because somehow being torn down allows you to reflect on yourself.
Well, you're certainly making big progress in that department.
You must be a smooth operator.
Come on now, you're embarrassing me. Pardon me,
It's perfectly all right. Please, it's a joyous occasion. Lighthearted is exactly how things should be. Really, who stays stony-faced when talking about a wedding?
Some people that don't like weddings, and some people who want to marry the person who's getting married because they get all sad inside, like, what's his name outside?
You're right. But I am curious to know, what's your honest opinion on the whole thing? Do you think it's too sudden?
No, and even if it was, like, of course something like this would happen when you present a problem between two commissions. Of course Hoyoverse is going to come in and like, we should do something to calm the dispute.
Of course not. Where there is true love, nothing should be allowed to stand in its way.
Where there's arranged marriages, there's lack of consent.
No doubt people will offer you a colorful variety of opinions. But of course, you will have factored this into your decision, and I'm sure you are prepared for whatever challenges may lie ahead.
Indeed I am.
So, please be confident. When your mind is made up, you ought not be worried about things for which you are already well prepared.
True, but was he well prepared last time?
Nevertheless, there is just one small aspect of this that puzzles me a little.
Which is...
Please, go ahead.
You've been working hard to bring the Tenryou Commission in line. This is positive, and no doubt the beginning of important change. But on the other side of this equation, Lady Hiragi's father, Hiragi Shinsuke, is still in prison.
Okay, that part I didn't hear. So, is this marriage a prison ransom or something?
If you choose now, of all moments, to announce a marriage between the Hiragi and Kujo clans, the kinds of rumors that may begin to spread both among the general public and in the Kanjo Commission are not likely to be in either of your best interests.
Wait, Hiragi's father, Hiragi Shinsuke? So in other words, a marriage because her father's in prison and it's not seen as a complete blessing? Maybe?
Yeah. Couldn't have put it better myself, Sir Kamisato. This has been my biggest concern for quite a while. Hiragi Shinsuke is firmly against me having any contact at all with Chisato. In the past, we've always had to communicate in secret by sending letters. So although now may not look like the best timing for this marriage, it may well be the only opportunity we have.
The only time you can actually do anything while Daddy's behind bars.
Oh, that guy? Yeah, he acts like this sweet old man, but he was determined to make as much trouble for us as possible.
I can see where you're coming from, but you're only postponing the problem, not solving it. You will still have to face it sooner or later.
We will have to deal with her angry dad.
Yes, I'm well aware of that. But since Chisato had the courage to ask me to marry her in spite of everything, how can I disappoint her?
So she proposed to you, not the other way around?
Sort of. She raised the idea in a letter, and after some initial hesitation, I went to meet her and have a serious conversation about our future.
Okay, so she prompted it, but you followed up with it.
It's funny, actually, because when I formally proposed to her in person, she denied having ever written that letter. So coy.
Let me guess, did her father tell her to deny it?
Huh? Really?
she's pretty shy. Maybe she prefers things to be more implicit? Maybe. But why would she change her mind after a letter?
She didn't say. She just acted confused by the whole thing. She really committed to it. Never forget the look on her face. Anyway, as her boyfriend, I knew she was just pretending. So I played along and said, I was only joking about the letter. And I proposed.
Okay.
After making some disgruntled noises about me making a stupid joke, she blushed and said yes. We spent that afternoon working through all the details of the wedding.
Okay. So she changed her mind despite the letter, despite having the Traveler and Paimon deliver the letter.
Okay. So you discussed it and decided on a date.
We did. I guess it was a chance to finally express our commitment to one another. Clearly and completely.
Why did she change her mind? Or rather, like, she did make the letter. She did ask us to deliver it. But why did she change her mind? Did her father get in touch with her like, don't marry whoever you're trying to propose to? And like, okay. And that's kind of why she was shy.
And you know what? I think it was about time.
Says the person who's got the sunlight beaming in behind him like it's so overly cliche.
No matter what happens next, I will always be there for her as the one person she can always rely on.
Oh, give me a break. Sorry, but Paimon's been wanting to say this the whole time. Is it just this dude, or does everyone in love act like this? He just won't stop talking.
I think he can't help it. Damn it. Also, the sun changed direction, beaming in from the left instead of directly behind him. How is that possible?
Apologies, my friends. And also to Sir Kamisato. I must sound like a fool.
I'm a dumbass.
Far from it. On the contrary, seeing you so positively smitten puts my mind at rest. No surer evidence could there be of your true feelings and your commitment. If I had any reservations before, I certainly don't now. I wish you a joyous wedding.
Yeah, even if it's kind of irritating to see you all smug like this, it's still a happy occasion.
Thank you all. It means a lot.
It's also interesting that, despite everything being positive now, I'm just wondering, when is it all going downhill from here?
We have some other business to attend to now. Until next time.
I really wonder if that's where it goes downhill from there.
Very well. I'll see you out.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, God.
That must be true for anyone about to get...
You're right. Kujo Kamaji is on cloud 9.
Don't, like, in high spirits?
What do you think, Traveler?
Yeah.
He chalked it up to her being coy, but that doesn't sound like the Hiragi Chisato I know.
So, are you saying the letter is fake, or is she convinced to not respond?
It bothers me also. But, unfortunately, attempting to seek the truth of the matter would likely be fruitless.
Yeah, but, like... Okay, assuming if the letter is fake, why would it be fake? Like, you're trying to get someone to react a certain way?
Yeah, how come? Whenever we come across stuff like this on our adventures, we always find a way to get to the bottom of it.
Do we? I'm pretty sure there is that one story quest we never really got to the bottom of, so... not really.
I see. So that's how adventurers think. In my opinion, we face two obstacles in this case. Firstly, we have very little information to go on, and I must be cautious about taking a stance. This makes it difficult to investigate. Secondly, and more importantly, the person involved doesn't seem to care.
The other person?
If we intervene without his blessing, good intentions may lead to catastrophic results.
Are you talking about Hiragi's father?
You do have a point. Kamaji doesn't seem worried at all.
Everything in the world is intertwined. What looks like a simple outcome is often the result of multiple conflating reasons. Seeking the full truth would be a long and laborious process. It would be inefficient.
So you want, speaking from experience, like you want it to be efficient in order to get to the truth?
Sort of. I have to take this approach, or the work of the Yashiro Commissioner would never be done.
Okay.
My opinion is something. If the outcome is positive, and no one was deceived or harmed in the process, then it is acceptable.
So you're still worried about her father being behind bars? And the idea that did it all come at no harm?
We don't know yet. After all, we don't know what Hiiragi Chisato's thoughts are, do we? I have to say, I'm impressed by your ability to zero in on the issue from such a short meeting. Most insightful of you. You are thorough and thoughtful. Just...
Huh? But Chisato and Kamaji have already talked everything through, haven't they?
Maybe?
Only if we are to take Kujo Kamaji at his word. But there are two sides to every story.
So we gotta get Chisato's.
I wish to know Hiiragi Chisato's angle on this.
Huh. Makes sense, but that...
Don't worry about it. I was planning to visit the Hiiragi clan to deliver my best wishes anyway. If she's as committed as Kujo Kamaji, perhaps they can navigate the challenges ahead successfully.
There's gonna be a chance.
Life isn't always a smooth journey.
There's gonna be a chance things are gonna go downhill. Somehow. For whatever reason. I know Patrick is saying everybody didn't like Inazuma, but I kinda like
There's
Inazuma.
still much to prepare for the wedding. Should we also invite some prominent business leaders who frequently visit Rito?
At the very least, we should send them invitations.
At the very least, we should sound old when we look a lot younger, like in our 30s.
I agree. Ah, hello there, Yashiro Commissioner.
And unlike Kamaji, you're not going to throw an extravagant thing, you're not surprised he's here.
To what do we owe the honor on this fine day?
As it happens, I'm here regarding the same wedding I believe I heard you discussing just now. Would Lady Hiiragi happen to be available at this point?
Our lady is entertaining guests right now, and we're not entirely sure how long she will be.
But please, do come in. We will arrange some tea and snacks for you and your attendants.
General Kenobi.
Hello there.
General Kenobi!
Hey, Paimon is not an attendant!
You misunderstand. These two are dear friends. We don't wish to impose. We'll just wander around in the general area. Apologies for the interruption while you're busy with preparations. Please, let us know once Lady Hiiragi is available.
Nonsense, Commissioner. No imposition at all. This wedding is a joyful occasion, and all the other clans who serve the Hiiragi clan are most delighted for them indeed.
God, like, I can't... He almost looks like an older Luke Skywalker character now that I think about it. But he sounds super old.
We're merely doing the best we can to make this wedding as grand an affair as possible.
When the time comes, we'll invite everyone in the clan and even the general public to attend.
That sounds splendid. We'll leave you to it.
Take care, Commissioner!
Yes. Okay.
Seems like you guys talked a lot without actually saying anything.
Kill some time and return.
Hence why I dislike small talk.
Because you don't get anywhere
Our
with
timing
it.
was not ideal, but never mind. I spotted a stall on our way over where we can pass the time. The owner...
Even though we came from behind.
It's Tomoki!
Who?
Ah, it's you. Good to see you again.
I can't remember. Maybe during one of the Inazuma Archon quests. Maybe.
Seems like you're always showing up with a VIP in tow.
Yes.
So you know...
Yep, we tried his dongle milk a while back with the almighty Shogun in Inazuma City.
Oh, him! I'm gonna forget that.
Ah, I see. I'd caught wind of this dango milk, but I didn't know that it had anything to do with you two.
It was a twist of fate. I was unexpected for sure.
I always order one of his creative drinks whenever I pass the stall. Flavor is always new and interesting. When I noticed he'd set up shop in Rito, I simply had to come by.
Okay.
Oh, thanks to you all, my business is finally beginning to take off. It gave me the confidence to decide that I'm going to stick to creative cuisine from now on. On the one hand, I wanted more people to be able to try out my culinary creations. On the other hand, I wanted my customers to experience the joy of being creative too. So I gave it a lot of thought and finally came up with an all-new business concept.
What did you do?
Sounds interesting. What?
I've decided to give complete creative control to the customer. I offer all sorts of ingredients, and they pick and choose whatever they want to mix with their milk or tea.
Oh, God. It's almost like you're putting some labor onto the customer.
As well as Dango, I now offer rice cake, purple potato balls, black sugar, and sunsettia.
Do they really all go well with milk?
Yes.
Hard to imagine.
What if I were to choose some ingredients you don't have here? Would that be okay?
Well, I guess so. The whole idea was to let my customers express their creativity freely. So of course, I shouldn't place restrictions on the ingredients if I can help it.
What happens if the ingredients are super expensive and you're selling them at a cheap price? Then what?
Excellent. There are a few things I'd like to try.
I feel like he's gonna pull that off.
Lavender melon, seagrass, and sea ganoderma.
What? You wanna mix those with milk?
Is that his ascension material things?
I do indeed. Why? What's wrong?
You really think that's gonna turn out tasting good?
Oh. I don't even know. Oh, God.
It's all about the experience. The taste is secondary. It's great to try new things.
And what if you don't like it?
Traveler, any thoughts?
Let's go with Dango. I'll just go with Dango.
Yes, Dango. Dango will...
An ordinary choice, but there's nothing wrong with that.
You got 3 things. I'll just pick one thing. Not everything has to be what's that word I'm looking for? Processed. Find. I don't know. What's a word where you put all things together? Compressed together.
2 Dango milks and 1 milk with lavender melon.
No problem. Give me a second. I'll have them ready in just a moment.
Your milk is finally ready.
Here, your milk is ready.
Dango milk tastes pretty good once you get used to it. What about yours?
Once you get used to it.
A most memorable texture indeed.
Your review seemed pretty positive, but Paimon still thinks there are better combinations.
Should we have picked better combinations?
Taste is your key concern, yes?
Obviously. Tasty food and drinks are some of life's most important pursuits.
Yeah.
Well said. If I could say the same was true for me, I believe I'd be a very content man.
Wait, what? Tasty foods are some of the most... So you don't go for tasty foods? Is that what you're saying? You have too many other things to worry about.
Yes. No one has unlimited energy, and I try to conserve mine for the things that really count. To create some mental breathing room, I try not to overthink the less critical matters.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of the complete opposite. I overthink the simplest things way too much, and I barely think about the complex things a lot.
Having my sister attend public events in my stead, and having Toma as housekeeper has also been a great help, and allowed me to focus.
We're just passing the time here, though, right? Is there anything else to think about than what we're doing right now?
Oh, God. It's like if you asked me to just sit and talk while I think about just playing a random game, or asking Patrick to not think about Genshin while not playing Genshin. That's one way to get it started.
1 or 2 things. Let's continue this discussion. I noticed something before we left the Hiragi clan's residence.
What? What are you gonna do? You heard these guys talking about something?
No, it was just a small detail. I was curious. Naturally, they responded that all other clans are happy for the Hiragi clan.
All of them are happy, but...
But that's not the truth.
Someone's not happy?
What do you mean?
Hiragi's father's not happy.
Hiragi Shinsuke is still in prison, meaning the Kanjo Commission is the least stable in the Tri-commision. Hiragi Chisato is the sole remaining pillar of her clan, but now she plans to marry into the Kujo clan. If I belonged to one of the assisting clans to the Hiragis, I would not be feeling optimistic about the future.
You want the Hiragi clan to not be unstable when making this decision.
But they didn't mention a word about that. They simply said they were delighted for them. These are not unintelligent people. I highly doubt it is because they simply do not realize.
Maybe. So they want him out of prison to make the decision, so it's not unstable?
I imagine they didn't want to discuss family issues in front of outsiders. But still, the more I think back over that conversation, the more it doesn't sit right.
Why? Because you want everybody to be happy. Well, you want all the clans to be stable, but you don't like the idea of everybody being happy when one of them is stable.
Keep a close eye
Unstable.
on them, Hisashi.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
Wait, who the hell?
Whoa! Where did you come from?
This is one of my most trusted members of the Shumatsuban. He's been quietly watching out for us this whole time.
Literally standing over there the whole entire time in plain sight.
Merely doing my duties, sir.
Keep a close watch on the clan representatives we met today.
Well received. I'm on the case.
Oh, and I almost forgot. That milk I just had? Please order one more and deliver it to Toma.
As you wish, sir.
Okay.
Oh no, poor Toma.
Good luck, Toma. Let's see how you handle this. Ah.
Sir Kamisato, Lady Hiragi's previous engagement is now concluded. She's waiting for you in the courtyard.
Thank you kindly. Let's go and see Hiragi Chisato.
Now, is she gonna be as downtrodden as we might expect it? Now! There you are.
Hi, nice to see you again, Chisato.
I heard that Sir Kamisato had brought some guests, but I didn't know it was you two.
It's been a while, Lady Hiragi. How have you been faring?
This is a rare privilege, Sir Kamisato. It is not often that I have the chance to meet you, let alone here in the comfort of my own home. I'm doing very well indeed, thank you. You must be so busy. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and...
But of course. The Tri-commision are the servants of the Shogun, and we should look out for one another. In fact, we visited Sir Kujo just now. It's clear that he's very much looking forward to the wedding. Perhaps his joy is infectious, for I am now feeling rather elated myself. I sincerely wish you a joyful wedding and...
Thank you for your This was not an easy decision to make. We will both have to work harder from now on. I'm sure the news will cause something of a stir. But come what may, we will stand as one and face whatever the future throws at us, together.
Sounds like things are pretty tough for you, Chisato.
Yes. To be honest, I'm still a little nervous about it all.
Why?
But Kamaji has been so supportive. His promises have comforted me a lot.
It sounds like you have some considerable reservations, lady.
Yes. Well, there are so many things I need to consider.
Like what?
In case you were wondering, I was not actually entertaining VIPs just now. I was in fact meeting with one of the Kanjo Commission's officers, Shinojo.
Wait, what? Shinojo?
Oh, really?
He charged in all of a sudden and said that he had something very important to tell me. He didn't mince his words. Basically, he doesn't want me to marry Kamaji.
Was it one of Hiragi Shunsuke's subordinates? He finally went there.
He has always been a calm and contained person who never acts out.
Wait. Was it... Shinsuke? The one of the guards who was down. I think I remember, not sure.
But despite all that, what he was saying made a lot of sense. He thinks that now is a bad time for this wedding to happen. He pointed out that I am like the final pillar propping up my clan. If I marry into the Kujo clan, that pillar is taken away. There will no longer be a voice of authority in the Hiragi clan. And it could be a disastrous move for my...
It's just two families becoming one big family though, right? What's the big deal?
Who's gonna be the leader for the Kamaji clan? Or not the Kamaji, the Chisato.
Traditionally, in Inazuma, clan affiliation influences every facet of life. After the wedding, Lady Hiragi will belong to the Kujo clan. The Kanjo Commission's attitude toward you may undergo some significant changes thereafter.
So in other words, you need to find a leader to take care of the Hiragi clan?
Precisely. This is a terrible thing to be saying, but I'm starting to have second thoughts. Maybe I went along with it all too easily. Maybe I allowed myself to be pushed into this.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, how are we gonna solve this problem? I'm just thinking, if Shunsuke Haragi was not in prison, he'd still be the leader, but he wouldn't allow her to get married. But with him in prison, she can get married, but nobody would be the leader. So how do we solve this problem?
I'm so sorry. I can't believe I'm making my guests listen to me complaining.
These are thinking caps. Do we somehow have to convince Shunsuke Haragi to let go of his traditional views so he can still be a leader of the clan and allow his daughter to get married?
No problem at all. The Yashiro Commission has a duty to listen to you. Now that I've heard your concerns, I should offer to help you as best I can. Now, we heard from Sir Kujo that his decision to tie the knot was prompted by a letter he received from you. But we've also heard that you did not write that letter. Sir Kujo thought that perhaps you were just being coy. Oh, dear. Perhaps I should have kept that part to myself.
What? But that was... It was just a prop in his playful proposal, wasn't it? It was clearly purpose-designed, what with all the fancy lettering and so on.
So you did, but...
Fancy lettering, you say?
You did mean it?
So I am to understand that had it not been for this letter, you two may not have chosen this moment to be wed?
When it comes down to it... yes, I think so. Oh, do you mean to say that this letter is not what I thought it to be?
You proposed in the letter, did you not?
Sir Kujo maintains that the letter was penned by your hand.
Huh? But then...
Either way, it's wonderful to see how much you both trust one another. In that sense, you could say that the origin of the letter is ultimately not of great importance.
Like, she did write it, but... unless someone forged her... like her signature or something halfway in between. Maybe the letter was forged using her signature. Maybe it was switched out at some point. Like, what did it start off as a marriage proposal and then something changed somewhere, or did it not? And then it somehow ended up as a marriage proposal? That brings up another mystery.
Who knows? Perhaps Sir Kujo was the one being coy. After all, he had no particular reason to be forthcoming with us about the details of his...
I understand. As you say, ultimately, the origin of the letter doesn't matter.
I feel like that's gonna come back to get us.
But my position does matter. Kamaji and I thought that we needn't worry about anything that lies ahead, because we can face it all together. But now,
Marriage is the most important decision of your life. Don't let yourself regret it.
Yeah, don't be a quagmire who accidentally gets himself married only to be like, oh my god, what have I done?
It is also part of the Yashiro Commission's job to help people through difficult times. I say this as an advocate for you personally, and for the Hiragi clan. Please, do not be compelled by circumstances to make any decision that goes against your will.
In other words, don't be forced by somebody else, the same Family Guy. Well, someone might be regretting their decisions.
Be together with the one you love is a sacred thing. It is my earnest wish that both of you may enjoy a bright and beautiful future, not a bittersweet one.
Fine, but... God, I feel like Family Guy may have touched something on marriage.
I'll take to heart every word you have said to me.
All that matters is that you follow your heart. Since you'll be needing some time to think things over, we will excuse ourselves now.
Oh, wait! Let me see you out.
Thank you, Lady Hiragi, but there will be no need. Traveler, let's find somewhere to talk.
But there will be no need. When it comes to Kamaji, don't worry. When there is Lady Hiragi, no need. Alright, we're gonna get into some fighting.
Hiragi Chisato is on a totally different page than Kujo Kamaji.
Sort of. She's not sure with herself. He is. He's not sure what led up to it, but he's going with it anyways. It almost sounds like she's barely there. Maybe.
Ayato, why did you give her such vague suggestions? couldn't you just have told her what you'd do in her position? Because Paimon's pretty sure you have an idea.
Like, what? Tell the truth or something?
I've said everything I can, given the Yashiro Commission's stance. Interfering too much with other commissions' domestic issues will only create trouble.
You only want to probe, just not... You only want to spy, not engage.
The more I think about it, the stranger this all seems. But Hiragi Chisato has yet to see it. We must be vigilant.
Strange.
Someone wants Hiragi Chisato to be married as soon as possible, and if my guess is right, it is someone from within the Kanjo Commission. This person is presumably also responsible for the mysterious and misleading letter.
I thought it was, Shinsuke Hiragi, but no?
Think about this. A lowly officer is greatly worried about Hiragi Chisato's future, while the heads of the supporting clans ostensibly have no concern at all. It doesn't add up.
The lower subordinates are concerned, but the higher-ups are not?
When someone's words and actions do not match, you need to infer their intentions from their behavior.
So someone's trying to get Hiragi Chisato into trouble by creating these things? So someone coveting...
Yes. It's a smart strategy. Far superior to the one adopted by the Tenryou Commission's Takatsukasa clan.
Tenryou Takatsukasa... Damn it! Okay, putting the name aside, basically someone wants to get her married so they can use her position to control the clan? So it's like a power grab.
Even had the forged letter failed and been seen for what it was, there would have been no repercussions. They could simply have explained it away as a misguided but well-meaning matchmaking attempt by a member of the family. But if the letter were to achieve its goal, as it has so far, the perpetrator would successfully weaken the Hiragi clan without ever having to lift a finger against them. With Hiragi Chisato having married into the Kujo clan and the head of the Hiragi clan in prison, challenges to the Hiragi clan's leadership would begin to emerge throughout the ranks of the Kanjo Commission. Eventually, another clan would take the Hiragi clan's place.
So the wedding is a power grab.
Actually, we have evidence. His name is Shinojo.
How is that evidence? Like, that it's a clue insofar as a subtle hint, but evidence is usually well documented.
Shinojo?
He should be back by now.
Yes, sir.
That's the second time you've done that! Paimon cannot deal with this.
What did he do?
Did they take one of the Kanjo Commission officers away?
Yes. His name is Shinojo.
As I expected.
He was, so his responsibilities were to get all the supplies because they didn't want him involved?
They cannot afford to let this opportunity pass them by. They have to act now while the Hiragi clan is at its weakest. Hiragi Chisato had been persuaded by Kujo Kamaji, and the wedding was sure to go ahead. But after Chisato's meeting with Shinojo, she began to have second thoughts. In their eyes, Officer Shinojo has interfered with their plan.
Because he might know something.
But why did they suspect him and not us?
Someone was eavesdropping on our conversation with Chisato the entire time. That's why I was a little reserved.
No way! Whew. Lucky Paimon didn't say anything stupid.
So that's why he didn't reveal his position and tell Chisato everything, because otherwise they would have found something out.
But Chisato got what you meant about the letter though, right?
I think so. But whoever is behind this will not allow their plan to fail now. They will not be inclined to respect Hiragi Chisato's own wishes. Her stance was so passive that she was easily manipulated. Treated like a pawn, with even her marriage becoming a battleground for political power play.
So she's being used, and she's being told what to do.
Despite all of this, she still believed that a happy future was awaiting her.
Get tough!
When she formally marries into the Kujo clan, she will lose her title as daughter of the Hiragi clan, her position in the Kanjo Commission, and above all, her independence.
Marriage is such a trap.
And yet it's somehow highly supported. Can't let this evil plan come to fruition.
Easier said than done. The perpetrators are manipulating everything from the shadows, letting unsuspecting pawns do their work. This is what makes their approach so smart.
Okay, because it's all for the wedding. What are you talking about? We're just supporting a wedding.
We, meanwhile, are out in the open. If we attempt to stop this wedding from happening, we will become the villains of the story and face immense public backlash. At this stage, if the perpetrators wish to maintain control over the situation, their only option is to come out from the shadows and bear. But first things first, we must go and rescue Shinojo. He has done nothing wrong and does not deserve to be punished. Tell me where Shinojo is.
Like, I thought it was more like him wanting to be married to Chisato. But no, it's actually he knows something, he barely wants to say it. Let's get the situation inside the cave.
What are you doing? Release Shinojo this instant!
Oh god, they put him in a cage? Really?
Stop this at once. It's the Yashiro Commissioner. Well, we take orders from our master.
Really? Then please, excuse me.
Your master.
Who goes there? Battle formation! Soldiers, quick!
Interesting. Oh my god, he actually... Oh my god, it's like playing chess. In a way. Or sort of.
Be still.
Oh my god, I hit everyone at once. Wow. Wow. I just smack everyone at once.
Let's go.
Ah, my feet are on fire, but I'm not saying a thing. Okay, the fire's out.
We must report to Master right away.
Get back here!
No need to follow them.
They'll lead us to them?
We need bait to catch the fish anyway. I think I saw a key fall to the ground during the fight. Let's free Shinojo first. But in all the chaos, it must have been kicked to one side.
What the? It's a Tanuki? Oh, don't tell Paimon that the Tanuki took it!
Sayu?
Let's follow it and...
Sayu. Dang it! Sorry, we'll be back. Give me a second.
A few moments later.
My god, oh, there you are. You make noise. Give me back the key. Ooh. Look for an objective in this. Oh, here. There it is. Okay, good. Now we get Shinojo. He's not saying. Wait, why is he not saying anything here? Why is he not?
Thank you. It was terrifying. They said they were gonna throw the cage into the sea with me still inside.
That's a little excessive. Be free.
Oh, wait! You have to listen to me. Lady Chisato's wedding. It's all part of a scheme. Someone's trying to use the wedding for their own ends.
Calm down, Shinojo. It's okay. We know about all that.
Huh?
Our suspicions were roused to this possibility. And so far, everything is unfolding rather as we expected. Those behind this plan are not going to give up easily. Their next move is imminent. We must devise sufficient countermeasures.
Yashiro Commissioner, you're personally going to take action?
Yeah.
This situation has consequences for the whole Tri-commision. And the stability of all Inazuma is at stake. My hitherto neutral stance ends now.
Yeah, I think it's about time you did something now.
The almighty Shogun has always despised these pathetic power games. As a commissioner, I am a servant of the Shogun, and it is therefore my duty to handle these tiresome matters on her behalf.
Agreed.
That's true.
No more paragraphs.
Shinojo, don't return to your post yet. Find somewhere safe and stay hidden. Traveler, Paimon, let's get out of here.
Traveler, Paimon, ikuzo. A short while after leaving...
Well, if it isn't the Yashiro Commissioner.
Are you telling me they're somehow involved?
I hear you showed up here with no explanation and attacked my men.
Yeah, well, one of your own. You threw one of your own in a cage and threatened to throw them in the sea.
You wouldn't happen to be carrying out some sort of secret mission, now would you?
Uh-huh, just beat him up.
I heard that someone was taking the law into their own hands. As a responsible official of Inazuma, I could not in good conscience stand idly by. Shinojo may be your retainer, but the law does not grant you the right to abuse him.
Abuse? Nonsense. I was just teaching him a lesson.
Violence is the answer. What was the lesson? Throw him in a cage and throw the cage into the sea?
Out of nowhere, a low-ranking officer decides to barge in on Lady Hiragi and start spouting out the most absurd and insulting nonsense one can imagine. A truly egregious loss of decorum.
Yeah, well, the punishment does not fit the crime.
I dare say, the poor lady was terrified.
Yeah, so does someone else need to suffer because someone was a victim?
So, you're saying that you know absolutely nothing of the reasons for his actions. Because otherwise, why would you describe it as out of nowhere?
Two people from two different clans are getting married. That's all there is to it. And yet this young gentleman took it upon himself to fabricate a nonsensical disaster story around it. How should I know what he was thinking? Even if she marries into the Kujo clan, Lady Hiragi will always be the daughter of the Hiragi clan, and the most distinguished member of the Kanjo Commission.
It's also interesting you say that because he would, she would lose a leadership position in one clan over that, which kind of would put you at a distance.
We are, and always will be, her loyal assistants. It's our duty to see that she never has to worry about anything.
Yeah, and that also brings another question. Why do you care so much?
Loyalty and duty are our guiding principles. Not only did this guard show no regard for either, he went out of his way to upset our lady, even if we put it down to a rare moment of impulsivity. I have to say, I'm surprised to see one of such noble standing as yourself rushing to his defense.
Yeah, well, when I see a power play, that's kinda the reason.
Darn it! This guy is good. Annoyingly good.
But he's also difficult to argue against. He's really disassociating himself from everything.
Funny. I'm suddenly reminded of an anecdote I'd like to share with you. There's not been a dull moment since I took up my post in the Yashiro Commission. Every day I've been exposed to new and fascinating things. For instance, a merchant from abroad once told me about a curious kind of bird with the most extraordinarily long tongue. So long, in fact, that you can tie 2 knots in the portion of it that extends out of its beak. I'm sure someone as erudite as yourself could be able to guess what people do with these unusual avians.
Keep them as pets.
You'd think, wouldn't you? But there's a catch. You see, this bird is of no use to humans whatsoever, and certainly doesn't make a suitable pet. If you catch one, the best thing you can do is actually cut its tongue off and throw it out of the window.
No one cares about your life story as Matsuma. So I guess the point here is that this bird does talk, and the only thing you can do is to make sure it doesn't talk.
The reason they give is this. The longest tongue has the most to say, but don't be deceived as it chirps away, lest the song it sings lead you astray.
I say, Yashiro Commissioner, are you here simply to mock the Kanjo Commission?
Far from it. In my mind, the Kanjo Commission is made up of honorable individuals, upright and forthright, conscientious and loyal.
And yet there's someone who doesn't want somebody else to talk.
It is unbecoming of such people to resort to lies, deception, and filibustering, all as part of a plan to remove Lady Hiragi from her position in the Kanjo Commission.
Yashiro Commissioner, please don't make accusations without any evidence.
You wouldn't need to cage your soldier.
The evidence is standing right in front of me, is it not? I have a credible witness who can confirm you were quick to try and make him disappear as soon as he said something that you did not like. Ugh, dear me. I can't believe the Grand Matsura clan is now represented by someone with less of a sense of loyalty than even an ordinary servant. You studied hard and took a government position, only to make it to where you are now just to play these petty power games behind the scenes. I'm not sure whether it's because you're smart enough to play the system, or too foolish to know any better. In your years of service to the Shogun, not only have you managed to glean nothing good from the people around you, You have also let yourself be blinded by self-interest. And now you have ruined your once bright future.
Interesting how his guards are not in view from this angle.
I'm not angry, Mr. Matsura. I just feel sorry for you.
Is that right? Then tell me, if you're so bright. What exactly do you think you can do to me? This is at most a Kanjo Commission issue. We'll handle this amongst ourselves. You are reaching rather outside of your bounds, Yashiro Commissioner. If you seek to involve yourself in other clans' affairs, might I be so bold then, as to question your motives in doing so? I think you are simply opposed to an alliance between the Kanjo Commission and Tenryou Commission. Because the new balance of power in the Tri-commission would be a threat to you personally. So you come here with an elaborate excuse to try and break up this marriage.
He's really gonna try to play the blame game.
So, that's how you view it. Well, I have to admit, you clearly are far more talented than I at monitoring the power balance within the Tri-commission.
Let me be crystal clear. This wedding is going to happen. And nothing is going to change that.
Maybe, but maybe something will change with regards to whoever is going to be the position of the Hiragi clan.
The notices have already been sent out. Most of the public weren't aware that Kujo Kamaji and Hiragi Chisato were courting. But you can bet, it's all anybody's talking about now. Once the notices go out, that's it. The wedding is a sure thing.
I see.
So suddenly, we see eye to eye?
I had expected you to at least be smarter than most. But it seems that I was gravely mistaken.
About what?
Kamisato Ayato!
You've made your move. Now, I suppose it's time I made mine.
He's gonna get smacked.
What do you mean?
Do you seriously think this marriage will bring the Kanjo Commission and the Tenryou Commission together? Isn't it at all possible that the Kanjo Commission becomes marginalized as a consequence of this union?
Nothing is going to change that. Meanwhile, the judge, you take her as your, like, the groom. No.
Goodness me. Well, I've learned a great deal from talking to you.
Possible marginalized as a consequence of this. He said in a sentence it wasn't, but it is.
Hey! What was all that? Paimon didn't follow at all.
He was trying to get Matsura to admit to one thing, just so he can say, isn't it possible that the Kanjo Commission becomes marginalized as a consequence of this union? He was trying to get him to admit that, or admit something opposite to that, without admitting to anything.
They had their scheme. But fortunately, I was prepared. As I said, they ended up coming out from the shadows and revealing themselves.
They had to admit a lie in order to be exposed on the spot.
Let's see how things are in Inazuma City.
Okay. Oh.
Look at this. The daughter of the Kanjo Commission's Hiragi clan and the master of the Tenryou Commission's Kujo clan are getting married.
Sounds like an all-around perfect match, don't...
For sure. I'm just surprised. It seems very sudden. I hadn't heard a single word about it until now.
Good luck to them, I say.
Okay.
Looks like the wedding is definitely going ahead.
So there's no way we can stop
It's
the
still
news.
too early to make that conclusion. Our adversary wants to push this marriage past the point of no return. However,
we can still make sure it doesn't happen.
But only if Kujo Kamaji is willing to help us.
There you are.
Welcome. I just heard that the news of my wedding has been officially announced.
Just pull a Mary Jane and ditch the wedding.
It seems so sudden. I wasn't ready yet.
Yeah, about that. It's kinda complicated.
Much like all other relationships. You really explain the situation to Kujo Kamaji.
I see. So someone's trying to take advantage of our marriage.
If you proceed with the wedding, the repercussions for you are likely to be minimal. But we must take Lady Hiragi's situation into consideration.
He's not going to do it because he cares for her. So much so that he doesn't have to be married, but he knows that it's going to marginalize the Hiragi clan to the point where it will go against everything he said.
I've previously considered this possibility. But in the end, we're getting married for true love. And I've promised her that I'll do everything in my power to protect her.
Even through marriage?
I understand where you're coming from, but to be frank, she should not need your protection. Or, to put it another way, you have tacitly admitted that Lady Hiragi will need your help to get through the hard times ahead, which perhaps suggests that, deep down, you realize all she stands to lose.
You're just taking away her independence if you go through the marriage.
I don't mean to criticize you. It is natural to want to protect our loved ones. You're an intelligent and gentle person, and I'm sure you would have been able to think about this more objectively were you not so emotionally involved in the situation. I'm sure you admire Lady Hiragi for being the independent, gentle, resilient, and strong-willed person she is.
Interesting how things went dark behind him.
For the sake of marrying you, this wonderful woman will become someone who has to depend on you for the rest of her life. Are you really okay with that?
I love her with all my heart, and would do anything to make her happy.
You think that's what's going to make her happy?
That's why I cannot abide to see her suffer or be manipulated by other people. Yashiro Commissioner, you're right. It was naive and selfish of me to take things this far. But it's too late now, isn't it? There are notices everywhere.
Who says you can't change your mind?
I have a plan, but it needs a villain.
Oh, crap.
Sir Kujo, in order for my plan to work, you and I must both play the role of antagonists. But it is not without its risks.
Okay.
Are you willing to help?
If there's a way to salvage this, then let's hear it.
I've told the people at the Kanjo Commission that the marriage isn't going to unify the Kanjo Commission and the Tenryou Commission. On the contrary, it's a terrible idea that will marginalize the Kanjo Commission. The context for this is that they are planning to use this marriage to bring down the Hiragi clan. And the key to their success is coming up against no resistance to the marriage from the Tenryou Commission. But what if we were to imagine for a moment that since the affairs of the Vision Hunt Decree, the Tenryou Commission has been planning to make a move against the weakened Kanjo Commission?
Someone wanted to take advantage of that situation?
The only reason you have been hesitant to act since taking over the Tenryou Commission is because you care about Lady Hiragi's feelings. And so, your plan is to liaise with the Yashiro Commission, to marry her and bring her out of the Kanjo Commission as soon as possible. Once that is achieved, as the person in charge of the Tenryou Commission, you no longer have any reason to hesitate.
Wait, what?
I see. This is an ingenious plan. It takes advantage of the situation perfectly.
This will make Hiragi Shisato indispensable. Oh god, I gotta put on my thinking cap for this one.
Exactly. Our purpose is to change Lady Hiragi's position from an unnecessary burden to an indispensable asset. By doing so, we can even strengthen her position in the Kanjo Commission. Once our adversaries realize how the network of connections behind the scenes really looks, they'll do their utmost to stop this wedding from happening.
So we have to put them in a position where it's gonna screw up the other guy's plan?
Then, we simply leave them to clear up the mess they've created.
Got it.
So the network of connections? This is all way too complicated for Paimon. Can you just tell us what you need us to do?
God, I'm actually gonna relate to Paimon on this. Basically, we have to change the outcome of the wedding so it doesn't match up with what Matsuda said about marginalizing the Hiragi clan. So, we gotta make Chisato from a burden to something indispensable. So, give her more value after the wedding so that it'll make the people who wanted to marginalize the Hiragi clan to regret what they've done in the first place. I think I may have gotten 90% of that jotted down, but I feel like I may be missing a few details. That's it.
We have to make sure that the behind-the-scenes story comes to the attention of our Matsura, with whom I spoke earlier, will now be fearing the worst. No doubt he'll be on the lookout for the first sign of a crisis. In that case, he will almost certainly have placed informants throughout Inazuma City. What we need to do is to use these informants as a breeding ground for our fake intel. Sir Kujo, there are certain things that I need you to attend to personally.
Explain the details of the plan a while later.
It's almost time. My ninja has located one of the informants. Let's go and see if he'll take the bait.
And there goes Kujo Kamaji. Okay. Alright. The truth is also a lie. Huh. And also, are we ever gonna see, what's his name? Shunsuke Haragi.
That person is one of Matsura's informants. Let's follow him. Be careful not to get seen.
Oh, sneaky peeky time. Get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way. I don't know how he's able to see me, but he's able to see me. Oh no, wait, he's going this way. Okay, no, he doesn't see me. I thought he was looking the other way. Go sneaky peeky.
Did you see that? Sir Kujo Kamaji just came past here with a huge group of people.
Could it be related to the wedding announcement?
Maybe, but from the look on his face, it seems like something much more serious. He and his men seem pretty intense at the moment. Isn't it all a bit excessive for a wedding?
Now what? Did he? What happened? What happened? Did he get too far away? He was literally a few feet away! Oh my god. How can he still... How?!
The Tenryou Commission has sent a load of people to Rito. I guess it must have something to do with the wedding. I think in all there must have been about 100 people so far.
That doesn't sound good. What could be going on? I hope it's just Sir Kujo Kamaji being overcautious.
News is spreading fast, but it appears Master's fears may be well placed. There's no way they sent this many people just to escort the bride. I have to investigate.
He ran off!
Yes, he did.
As expected. Let's follow him.
Oop.
Wow! It's like the whole Tenryou Commission is here.
Is it?
Excuse me, has something happened on this road? I'm a businessman passing through, and it's a little disconcerting to see this place so heavily
Please don't be alarmed. As I'm sure you've heard, the wedding of Sir Kujo Kamaji and Lady Hiragi Chisato will take place any day now. Sir Kujo decided to send for Lady Hiragi ahead of time, and have her live in Inazuma City during the run-up to the wedding.
I see.
We are here to clear the way for Lady Hiragi, not just us either. You'll see more Tenryou Commission members as you go further along.
Isn't this a little excessive?
Says the person who's on the other team trying to not put themselves out.
Sir Kujo holds Lady Hiragi in the highest regard, and wants to treat her with the utmost respect.
I understand. Sorry to disturb your work.
Okay. And then no one said anything after that.
Drat. It's exactly as Master feared. They say they're here to guard the road, but really they're poised to attack if Master doesn't allow Lady Hiragi to leave Rito.
Let's go with that.
Wait, no. If Lady Hiragi does leave, they'll have all the more reason to strike. But we're in no state to defend against a Tenryou Commission attack. I must tell Master right away.
So they're gonna put it off? And now they're the ones who are gonna put everything off?
He ran off again!
Looks like he's seen a ghost. Now he realizes how serious the situation is.
That should do it. The seeds have been sown. In this atmosphere, mounting suspicion will nurture fear among the Kangjo Commission. Now, we wait patiently for it to grow and ferment. The calm before the storm is always the part that unsettles people the most.
Yes, says the person who's waiting in the dark in the shadow of the cloud, signifying the calm the storm.
Is he really gonna own up and apologize? Just like that?
No.
If you're curious to find out, you can visit the Hiragi clan in Rito in a couple. I have some other business to attend to. In any case, we've made our move. It's only a matter of time before they give up and surrender.
What makes you say that?
This is not my first time.
Because you had to reverse a power play with another power play?
Well then, goodbye for now. I truly hope that things will work out in Hiragi Chisato's best interests.
I'm just thinking about how he handles Shino. Like, yeah, he told him to shut up, but he didn't have to put him in a cage.
Kind of abruptly. things really gonna turn out like he predicted?
Maybe.
Come on, Q. Well,
Fine. Okay. Does Mona just run like she's water?
How much longer does your master plan to hold them off?
I have no idea. We're stuck in limbo here. Master's been very on edge these past few days. He gets irate over the smallest things, and is suspicious of everything. He's been yelling at me a lot. I understand that he's anxious, but I mean, what can we do? I've told him before, never cross the Yashiro Commissioner.
Yeah, good advice. With him, you just know that whatever he's doing, a lot of preparation has gone into it.
Maybe.
If Lady Hiragi is really taken away, then what will the Tenryou Commission do?
Maybe we should tell Master to discuss things with Lady Hiragi.
If Lady Hiragi has been taken away. Something tells me they just might. Oh god! My character runs like water.
Hello. How may I help?
Why is there such a strong Tenryou Commission present here?
We arrived here 2 days ago to escort Lady Hiragi to Inazuma City. Sir Kujo Kamaji gave us very strict orders, so we have to obey. But every time we attempt to receive the bride, the Hiragi clan always finds an excuse to delay things. Since we haven't fulfilled our duties yet, we decided to stay in Rito until Lady Hiragi is ready to come with us.
People suspect something is wrong.
We apologize. It was not our intention to stay here so long.
Huh, so why is Matsuda doing this?
We promise our presence here will not impact ordinary people's lives. We can only hope that the leaders of the Hiragi clan will start to cooperate soon. If this stalemate continues, who knows? Sir Kujo might give us orders to be less accommodating.
Because they want to clear the road. But somehow their presence here is making Matsuda super nervous.
These people from the Tenryou Commission have been here for days now.
I guess they're here to pick up Lady Hiragi.
I heard that the Kanjo Commission suddenly said they don't want Lady Hiragi to leave. To be honest, I'd be hesitant if I were her. A crowd this size comes to Rito? Who knows what they could be planning?
Shh, stay quiet.
Right. Sorry.
Maybe we should go pick her up.
Is now at the center of every conversation in Rito. By now, the Kanjo Commission probably knows how important she is. But what about what she thinks? Let's go and see.
Okay. Where is she at? Bring her out.
Traveler!
There you
I
are.
assume you've heard about everything that's been going on out there.
Don't worry, we can explain everything.
Let-
So, what happened was...
Hold on, someone be eavesdropping. You make sure no one is eavesdropping and explain the whole situation to Hiragi.
After the Tenryou Commission arrived, they suddenly became alarmed. They keep having secretive discussions and won't allow me to have any direct contact with... I never would have thought that this was Sir Kamisato's plan. Now it all makes sense. I'm sorry. I haven't.
Why? Is someone telling you not to?
Maybe there's no right or wrong decision. Maybe everything would be easier if I simply didn't have the choice.
Who's telling you that?
I used to tell myself things like this to avoid having to think about it. But once I saw the notices appearing out of nowhere, I didn't feel reassured at all. Instead, I felt a great sense of regret.
Yeah, by not thinking, you kind of got yourself into this mess.
I keep thinking back to what Sir Kamisato said. This is supposed to be my bright and beautiful future. But what if it's not?
You can't rush into important things.
I can happily accept that if someone was trying to take advantage of my marriage, I should absolutely refuse to go through with it. But that's not the answer I'm looking for. And also, now that things have escalated to this point, it will be tricky to resolve.
And how are you gonna solve this?
Lady Hiragi, here you are. You
That's
scared me for a second. I thought you'd gone missing.
Because she's not in your sight. So he's the one who's...
You? Wait, you're the ones who were with the Yashiro Commissioner that day.
Yes?
What do you think you're doing here? Are you trying to convince Lady Hiragi to leave?
And what if we are?
Calm down. They're my friends. They're just here to visit me.
Friends? Are you sure? Just friends?
Are you saying we're not?
Lady Hiragi, I told you already, these are exceptional circumstances. You are extremely important to us, and to the entire Kanjo Commission. Who's to say they don't have a hidden agenda?
If you want to accuse us of trying to abduct her, just come out and say it!
You're acting far less dignified than when we last met.
Don't be rude. You've been very highly strung lately. See,
You won't even follow Lady Hiragi's orders now?
Listen to me. I know all the ins and outs of everything that's happened so far. Her arrival might well be your very last chance to fix this. The present state of affairs in Rito shows me that the situation has escalated well past the point where you could hope to control it. If this deadlock continues any longer, we will have nothing to gain and much to lose. This is not an order. All I need you to do is give me an explanation and take responsibility for the situation.
Understood, my lady. I shall discuss with the others right away.
He's gonna put it off. He's gonna try to come up with another plan in case he doesn't get what he wants. Is that what it is?
Good job, Chisato. You handled that well.
You finally stood up for yourself.
I was so nervous. But I thought things are now so critical that I should at least give it a try. And it worked remarkably well.
If you're the leader of a clan or an organization, sometimes you gotta take that voice of authority.
Yes, well, let's wait and see what happens.
You can't be passive in a situation like that. Otherwise, other people are gonna
We had
take...
a serious discussion and reflected on our mistakes. In all honesty, no one can handle the weight of the situation here. I'm so sorry. My actions were radical and duplicitous. I was selfish and ignored the greater good. And then I left the situation to fester. Would you please give us a second chance? For my lady's sake, please give the Kanjo Commission another chance.
You'll have to talk to Kamisato Ayato.
I suppose you're right. The only person who can change the Tenryo Commission's mind will head off to the Kamisato estate shortly. Lady Hiragi, might I ask you to join us?
It's all going smoothly. Where you at? Poof. Rush like water.
Yashiro, Commissioner, I'm sure you've heard the news. The Tenryo Commission has now occupied Rito, refusing to leave until we hand Lady Hiragi over to them. I realize I have greatly offended you with my atrocious actions. And I realize also that this must sound like the very height of absurdity. But please, have mercy, good...
I'm sorry, Mr. Matsura. I'm exceptionally busy and have but a moment to spare before my next engagement. So, please, if you would be so kind, get straight to the point.
I know our apology means nothing to you, but we really have nothing else left to offer by this point. I'm terribly sorry. Everyone in the entire Kanjo Commission now realizes the gravity of this situation. Lady Hiragi is indispensable to us. So, would it be at all possible for you to talk to Sir Kujo once more?
You make it sound so easy. The Tri-commission will be ridiculed by the public if we choose to withdraw the notices now and eat our words. What do you plan to do about it? To lose face for the Tri-commission is to bring shame to Her Excellency. Are you and your associates ready to face the thunderous wrath of the almighty Shogun?
Are you ready to go where Kamaji went?
We'll take full responsibility. We'll publish a new notice and hold a conference to explain the situation. We will make sure that the public knows this was all a huge misunderstanding.
He's begging.
We'll do everything we can to minimize the impact.
Master Matsura, you should have known it would come to this. Whatever were you thinking? But the Tri-commission must always put the interests of Inazuma first, regardless of what Sir Kujo and I may feel at this present moment. If the situation in Rito is left to fester any further, things may get out of control. If we fail to contain the situation promptly, the rumor mill will wreak havoc on the Tri-commission's reputation. Try keeping a pet bird. You'll see what I mean. Songbirds who know how to hold a tune can be very pleasant to listen to, but they can also become irritating if they don't know when to stop. And as for the ones with excessively long tongues, well, they're so insufferable that they can't be kept as pets at all. But it doesn't take a moment to cut out their tongues and silence them for good.
Interesting with the songbird metaphor. I feel like I've heard that before, even from Cyberpunk 2077.
Yes! I've listened to your concerns, and I'll talk to Sir Kujo for you. But I can't guarantee that he will change his mind.
I understand.
All right, you ought to return now. I'm sure you have a sizable mess to deal with back in the Kanjo Commission.
Okay, then please excuse me. Thank you.
Okay.
Ah, yes, Lady Hiragi. I have something to tell you. Would you mind?
Is someone eavesdropping?
Oh? Why, of course.
Can nobody actually eavesdrops here?
Sir Kamisato, you became a completely different person just now. It felt so intense.
Yeah, because someone was eavesdropping back then, and now he's able to see it, say it's something himself now.
Unruly servants like him need to be severely reprimanded. As a commissioner, the almighty Shogun trusts me to do her will. I did as I should, but now I'd like to take off my commissioner hat and share a personal story with you.
You never even wore a hat. What the hell are you talking about? I know he's, like, talking about it metaphorically, but I've never seen him wear a hat.
Oh, please.
You must have heard that the Kamisato clan once went through an extremely difficult period. My father worked incredibly hard to compensate for the grave errors made by the Kamisato clan long ago, and restore our reputation. The work took a toll on his health, and ultimately led to his untimely demise.
Making up for his mistakes took it out on him way too much.
My mother loved him dearly. She passed soon after. This sudden turn of events dealt a heavy blow to the Ashiro Commission. Behind the scenes, things became very unstable.
So he knows what it's like to deal with an unstable situation.
Everyone thought that the Kamisato clan had lost power. That made my sister and me nothing but burdens hindering the ambitions of others.
So he doesn't want to be a burden, and he's trying to make it so that Kamisato, or Chisato Hiragi is not going to be the same way.
It may sound preposterous now, but I assure you that is the truth of what the Ashiro Commission has been through.
Huh. Pretty similar to how the Kanjo Commission is now.
Back then, I had no choice but to accept the position I was in. While I desperately looked around for powerful supporters, I endured smear campaigns and attempts to exploit me.
Anytime anyone is ever in a position of leadership, that is the price you pay for taking on a position of authority. Someone's gonna look at you the wrong way, and someone will try to turn everyone against you.
I had no other choice. I had to honor my parents' dying wishes, and I also had a young sister to take care of. I didn't mind what became of me, but my family. No one can ever be allowed to trample over my precious family.
And you didn't want the same to happen for Hiragi.
Fortunately, I persisted, and the Kamisato clan was able to survive the storm.
I think I now know where my sense of loss and confusion was coming from. Shinojo once told me that he saw what was in me, in a way that no one else did. That's why he couldn't bear to see me live the rest of my life depending on someone else. I thought the reason I felt unsettled was because of uncertainty over getting married. But the fact is, it's because I felt too young and inexperienced to handle the situation facing me.
Good! You learned!
The reason why Sir Kujo was able to face the prospect of marriage so confidently is because he's prepared for anything.
That's it. The situation I'm facing now is the same one he faced back then. When his clan was in crisis, he bravely drew his blade and challenged the almighty Shogun. And now...
Yeah, he got his ass kicked.
It is time for me to make a stand and become my own person.
Well said. I'm sure once you have grown and gained confidence, your father will be able to let go and allow you to decide how you want to live the rest of your life.
Good! I don't know if this story quest is almost a criticism of marriage, but I'm really starting to wonder.
It might not sound exciting, But this kind of personal growth is a necessary step in the pursuit of true happiness.
Agreed.
And I'm sure I can get there. I will use this as an opportunity to take over the responsibilities of the Hiragi clan. This puts less pressure on Kamaji, and means I can support and protect myself without having to worry about becoming a burden or dependent on someone else.
My best wishes to both of you were and remain heartfelt.
Thank you, Sir Kamisato. I am grateful for everything you have shared with me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot to deal with back home.
In other words, the wedding's off.
Take care, Lady Hiragi. I'm confident that on your return, you will find your Kanjo Commission associates most receptive to your...
Yes. In fact, my recent experience suggests the same. Thank you once again.
Great. So, basically, the whole story is about a leader who is very passive and is told to be inexperienced and be young, and is taken advantage by other people who see the transfer of power as a power grab as a result through marriage. So that's basically what it is. Alright, let's finish it up.
She really has the air of a leader now.
She had a lot in common with Kamaji. They're a really good match for each other.
Hats off to you too, sir. Everyone thought there was no way out until you pulled that super smart strategy out.
In fact, counter-checking is a perfectly common maneuver in the game of chess.
Counter-check? It was like, you didn't check my king, I checked your king.
Our rival this time was easy to deal with. He was smart, but short-sighted, and sloppy in his execution. This outcome is entirely within my expectation.
Checkmate.
Even so, Paimon could never come up with a plan that cunning in a whole lifetime.
Same. I don't know, maybe I would come up with some other idea and I'd get veered off somewhere else, but then again, I don't know.
Anyway, it's kind of a relief to see that Chisato has decided to set the Hiragi clan straight.
Exactly.
I agree. Stability in Inazuma benefits me as well. I wasn't about to pass up an opportunity to make less trouble for myself.
Speaking of your scans, you weren't just in it to help Chisato, were you?
Well, the fact is that I am first and foremost the Yashiro Commissioner.
And yet you took your hat off to discuss a personal story.
Perhaps for Master Matsura, power is his life's pursuit. But for me, nothing matters more than the stability of Inazuma.
The mark of a true leader, to have order over chaos, regardless of how much people want to get things going.
A stable nation is the prerequisite for a stable Yashiro Commission. Only then can the Kamisato clan and the other Yashiro Commission clans have a peaceful existence.
Agreed.
But human desire will always be a factor in the equation. This is not the first situation of its kind, nor will it be the last. All I have tried to do is make sure the three parties to the Tri-commission serve to restrain each other. Stasis is not the only form of stability. A balance of power leaving no room for maneuver achieves the same end.
Mutual restraint. Nobody's gonna try to pull off a power grab on each other.
Another positive outcome is that everyone recognizes how important Lady Hiragi is now. I think I did her a sizable favor in that regard.
Yeah, because, like, everybody saw her as less of a leader and more of like a pawn to be used as a power grab game. But it's just like I said before, maybe you gotta raise her value up in everybody's eyes.
Dealing with the Hiragi clan will be much easier for her than navigating a new and unfamiliar one.
Exactly.
There were so many things at play over this one wedding.
Yep.
Wait a second. You weren't trying to stop the wedding from the very beginning, were you?
I thought straight away it was bad timing. Nevertheless, everything I said to Hiragi Chisato was entirely sincere. If you choose to give up your stance on something once, you'll be having to compromise for the rest of your life. I didn't want to see her suffer because she didn't realize what she was getting into. Now, she has the chance to become her own person. Let's see who she becomes.
You convinced her through her own intrinsic motivations.
Okay then, guess we'll have to wait.
All
Fine.
right. Farewell, and profuse thanks.
Fine. Move on. I'll fix her next time. We finally finished the story quest.
Everything's resolved.
Really?
Masterfully done. Everything was perfect. Well, except for one minor detail. I somehow ended up with a glass of very peculiar tasting milk.
Oh god.
Didn't you like it? I distinctly remember you saying you are quite partial to exotic flavors.
Interesting how Ayato thinks that's what he means.
Oh! My lord?
The Traveler had one of those as well.
I'm sure she's made a great impression on you.
The Traveler did indeed play a critical role in this case. I'm sure both families would have been more guarded against me had she and her companion not been present.
Because it's not just an inside thing, it also has an outside thing.
It wouldn't have been so easy to get to the heart of the matter.
There you go again, my lord. Placing the focus on other people while discreetly performing your job to perfection.
So?
Naturally. Ah, yes. Now that we're both free, let's finish off that game of chess we started a few days ago.
Oh god. As it began, so it ended. Can we now finish up? Yes! The Firminian leaf falls. Ah, Garda. Thank you all for joining, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye!